welcome to today's video. I have my air on, so I hope you can hear me pretty good. I'll talk a little more pronounced. But I wanted to make a video today, just kind of like, I had a lot happen in the last hour even that I felt really compelled to make this video. By the title, you can tell that I'm going to talk about your body and why it is your greatest gift. And this has happened to me before, what I will explain, but it happened today again, and it just reaffirmed the beliefs I have around your body will tell you everything you need to know and guide you and just give you all the answers you need. And so last night I was feeling kind of like, I think over the last few weeks really, I've noticed having resistance around feeling bloated or feeling full after I eat. The idea that I feel like I look fat. Even though I may not look fat at all, I just perceive the idea of being full or bloated as being fat, and then I create this resistance and just conditional love for myself. I don't love myself. I'm hard on myself, hoping that my weight goes down or that my stomach doesn't look bloated, or that I consciously think about eating less so that I don't feel full. Still eating, but just eating less. And so I noticed over the last few weeks, like anytime I'd get bloated or like feel full, it would bother me, and I wouldn't be in alignment. I'd like just be in a negative state and bothered by it, and I wanted to break that cycle of getting in or not allowing it to affect my alignment. So I would stay in alignment and essentially not focus on it, but I noticed there'd still be resistance come up. I'd still feel like it needs to change. And so over the last few weeks, even like months maybe, I would feel this way, or there'd be like really, really good points where I'd feel really, really good, and then sometimes I just like feel like, what is going on? Like I look pregnant, or I feel like I look pregnant even though I don't. I'm just perceiving myself that way, and so I just wouldn't feel good. And I knew my body was trying to give me answers, because like I would wake up in the morning and I hadn't eaten anything, and I would still feel really full. I'd be like, what is going on? Like, I didn't eat. I haven't eaten until the day before, and I'm waking up feeling really full and bloated. And so I'd kind of move on with my day, not focusing on allowing myself to still stay in alignment. And I think I did a pretty good job of doing that. And then, like yesterday, for example, I went to sleep feeling pretty full, and I noticed it bothering me and not having unconditional love for myself, even if I felt full or bloated or more like weighted than I usually am. I feel like I'm pretty skinny, but I just noticed times where I feel more bloated than I usually would, and I'm not on my period, so I'm like, what's going on? But last night I ate, and then I just have these like reoccurring thoughts that like, oh, I don't want to eat anymore because I don't want to feel fat, or I don't want to feel full. And then like I just find myself feeling even more like desiring of food, and like wanting to eat something even though I don't want to eat something. And I noticed that I was like having the food cope for the conditional love I was giving myself. Another thing I noticed is like, if there's something I'm not looking at, I tend to be on my phone more than I usually am. And like, yeah, I check my notifications like most people do, but I'm not on my phone that much. And I just noticed myself being like on my phone more than I am. And like, why am I on my phone so much? Which is another way of distracting yourself, right? And so this morning I woke up. I usually am never sick, but I woke up and it's funny because I had a dream that my throat was hurting. And I woke up and my throat was actually like felt pretty tight, and I had a headache and my eyes were hurting even though I got like 10 hours of sleep. And I was like, well, I didn't get less sleep than I normally do. And there wasn't anything I felt that I ate that was, creating this. And I don't really get sick very often. Why is this happening? And so I noticed myself just kind of like going through the motions of it. I went shopping with my boyfriend's family, and then we got back home and I was like, I'm just gonna take a nap. Like, I just feel really out of it. I took a nap, I woke up, my eyes felt better, like they weren't hurting as much, but I still noticed having like a headache and just feeling off, like just my body feeling off. And so I was watching my boyfriend play video games, and his mom and his grandma had offered like medicine to me. And I don't take medicine very often, but I was like, maybe it might help. And he was talking to me and he was like, you can go like the medical way, or you can go the spiritual way, which means coming to yourself and asking yourself what your body is trying to tell you when it feels out of alignment. And which is something I feel like I usually lean towards more. I hardly ever take medicine because I do believe that your body gives you all the answers you need. And so I do take some medicine and vitamins, and his mom makes me tea, and it helps, but it just feels like all the symptoms are muted. And I'm watching him play video games still, and I notice that when I'm yawning, I'm not interested in something. Like, my body is telling me, you're not interested in this, you need to move on. That happens when I yawn pretty frequently. So I noticed that while I was watching him play, I was yawning a lot, and I started getting a headache from watching him play. And I noticed myself also wanting to get on my phone more to distract myself. And I was like, I need to lay down. So I laid down, I took some breaths, and the thought came to me to meditate. And I began meditating. I meditated for like 20 minutes with a meditation by Kyle Cease about releasing. And I just noticed I was like, why am I I felt like I was holding on to something. Like, I was feeling that heaviness in my stomach that I usually feel when I feel full. And I felt like I haven't really eaten much today. So I was like, why do I feel like my body is holding? Like, tell me what my body is holding. And just wanting the answers to come to me through meditation. And the answer that came to me was, you're not giving your body unconditional love. I literally heard that in my mind, and I cried because that was the answer I needed, and it was true. I was not loving my body when my body was trying to give me signs as to like the resistance I was having. Any time you feel weighted in your body or you're holding, it's resisting energy. I believe that, and I really felt that, and so it made me emotional, and I gave myself unconditional love to be anything it needs to be to give me the answers it needs to. And so around the 20-minute mark, I stopped the meditation, and I was like, I received the answers I needed. And literally when I stopped it, I was like, I need to throw up. And it's almost 7 p.m. now. I think I ate at like noon, and I threw up everything I ate since then, which tells me that my body was holding that food the entire time. And I pretty much threw up everything that I ate because I felt like I was holding it all. My body felt like it was practically saying, you're gonna keep holding on to this until you sit down with yourself and listen to what we're trying to tell you. And I literally felt that. And that's why I wanted to make this video, just to say that I feel like your body is giving you all the answers you need. And this is not the first time this has happened. Anytime I'm holding on or I'm not having unconditional love for myself, I get sick, I throw up, I need to release energy that is not supported in my body. Because you are unconditional love. So anything that is not you is either holding and weighing down your body in physical weight, or it can show up in disease or illness or whatever it is. And that's what was happening. I got to the point where I felt sick for me to lay down and say, you need to listen to what your body is trying to tell you so we can help you transform and come back to who you are, which is unconditional love and power and strength and everything you're meant to be. So I felt like making a video about this. If this resonates with anybody else, perfect. If not, you can move on. But this is what happens to me, and I feel like I'm really in tune with my body to receive messages and answers, and for it to tell me exactly when something is not going right. And I've just been able to do that through meditation and asking myself, whenever I receive something that's not usually what happens, why am I going through this? What is this trying to tell me? And that's what it was. And now I literally feel like a different person from an hour ago. I feel lighter, I feel lifted, I feel happier. I don't feel nearly as sick as I felt when I woke up. And I'm not holding all of that energy or that weight that I was. So I had to make a video talking about it because it's just really amazing to me. And it's just incredible how amazing our bodies are to us, and that they are our greatest gifts, really. So with that, I thank you for watching, and I hope you received something from this if you did. And I will see you all the next time I make a video.